if you're a good advanced player that's playing 4 to 7 nights a week or days a week, isn't your goal to actually enjoy the game and enjoy playing and keeping the stress off you and just becoming great at it by keeping the stress off you? I mean, what's the sense in going to a job every day that you just can't stand, and every moment of your work day is stressful and ugly, and it just becomes, like pulling teeth. Yeah, so every moment of my life has been spent with the goal to avoid stress so I can enjoy my life, and to keep stressful people out of my life, and to learn from stressful situations on how not to get in that situation again. And it spills over into my pool game. I want to be doing this so often that what the hell is the sense in doing things the stressful way? Let's just enjoy this lifestyle in this pool game. So, you know what it's like? It's like taking a long way to work, to where, the short way might get you there faster and use less gas, but there's potential to get caught in a traffic jam, and then you have to deal with the stress of bad drivers and traffic lights and stop signs and ugly factories, and just kind of miserable. So when you take the long way and the scenic way, it might use more gas and you might have to leave a little bit earlier, but there's no stress, and you get to work feeling more relaxed and more productive, and the day just goes better, and you actually enjoy, or you have the potential to enjoy your existence more than if you went the short way, especially if you got caught in the traffic jam. So all this philosophy, my life's philosophy, spills over into pool. And I want to show you exactly what I mean in this video. And I really hope you see what I see and learn to adopt the strategy and philosophy and way of thinking. Pool's a way of thinking, a way of existing. And it's your existence, right? Your goal is to be a pro and do this for a living, right? So let's enjoy it. And I want to show you exactly how to do that in this video. That's a tall order, but I think this is going to get through. Alright, let's take a look at this table. Here's the cue ball. Here's the 1 to the 2 to the 3 to the 4 to the 5 to the 6 to the 7 to the 8, and 8 to the 9. Immediately and automatically, I'm looking for areas of the table that have no traffic, especially this area right here. It's clear sailing. And the congested areas of the table, which is pretty much center table, maybe a little down table from center, the 9 and the 7 and the 8 and the 6, that all represents inner city traffic. And we're going to cut away to a graph so I can illustrate what I mean here. Normally I would cut to a graphic after every shot, but we're going to take 6 balls in this graphic right here and in the screenshot right here. Here's the traffic. That could be considered the inner city on your way to work. So we're going to take the long way around that traffic and potential traffic jam and all the stress that comes with that traffic. So let's shoot the 1 ball, and we go off the rail and come back. We went back a little bit long, but we're getting position on the 2 ball with the agenda to come up around this traffic Okay, and I'm back here to shoot the 3 into the corner. Last thing you want to do is shoot for a doorway to make this 3, or to just come down here and get stuck on a bank. We want to go around that traffic jam to that 3 ball, and again avoid the traffic while shooting the 3 and forcing into this bottom round, bouncing out for a shot on this 4 and still avoiding this traffic jam. And now the most illustrated shot of all is me shooting this 4 and going all the way around, back up table, and coming down for a shot on this 5. And the whole time I have avoided this traffic here. And here's where I bounce off the rail and get a little bit awkward on the 6 ball. Now we're in the traffic. And I tried to kill the angle. We get this weird angle where we're forced to go this way. So I tried to kill it and just roll up on the 7. And that doesn't work. And so it's I guess you could consider the first mistake of the game while shooting the 6 ball. But up to that point, I have avoided the traffic, and there has been absolutely no stress in this game at all until I just get this bad angle on the 6 ball. And here I am in traffic. You with me? So let's look at this rack like that, and let's go back to the actual video and go ahead and play all 6. Now let's play it up to the 5 ball, and then we'll cut away to the next graph. I was watching 2 guys play the other night, and both of them are like okay players, and they're just playing like $20 sets, race to 5, and they're playing 9 ball. But they kept making the same mistake over and over and over again. And if we look at this one, it would be a typical scenario in the game I was watching. They would come up short on this one, like get around center table, or a little bit up table, center table, and use this rail to come back and get up off to 3. And 9 times out of 10, they would go into this traffic and they'd screw them. They'd just screw themselves completely by just not thinking the right thing and going into traffic and trying to bump balls out of the way and just hoping for the best. When it was so easy to just go around traffic and shoot from here and use this top rail to get around all this traffic to shoot the 3 ball in this corner. So on this shot here, the right way to do it would be to go a little bit long to avoid this scratch. You certainly never want to scratch. And you'll see me lining up the 2 ball to where I want this cue ball after I shoot this 1 to get around this traffic and back up on this 3 ball. Let's turn the volume down. And here we go. And that's me deciding where I want to be on this 2 ball for the entire purpose of avoiding that traffic. And this will free you from all the stress, because the 1 ball shot's going to be easy, the 2 ball shot's going to be easy, and we don't have to worry about going into traffic. So the 3 ball and the 4 ball is going to be easy. Now things get a little bit weird on this 5 ball because I continue to use this philosophy of keeping all stress off me and off this game. I went a little bit too long. That was shot with just a hair of right hand English, with the sole agenda of getting this angle, but avoiding that scratch. I would have liked to have been closer to the rail here, right about where the 3rd diamond is, but it'll work. We're still going around this traffic. A little bit of top right here. And now, again, to avoid this traffic, you remember the big circle in the graph, which includes the 9 ball, the 7 ball, the 6 ball, and the 8 ball. That's what we're avoiding. We're not running into any of that until we shoot the 6 ball. And now we're just bouncing off this bottom round coming out for a shot on this 4 ball, and we have to make a decision before we shoot the 4 on what exactly we're going to do to get on this 5 in order to get the right position on the 6. And here would be another typical mistake these players would make. And I felt bad for them, and I wanted to walk up and coach them both and say, look guys, you're doing everything the hard way. And you're both all stressed out shooting for a measly $20 when it's so much easier to avoid all this stress and to just enjoy the game, and you'll both play 100% better. But it wasn't, of course, they're gambling. It's not my business, but it's very painful for me to sit there and watch them do this over and over and over and never learn this incredibly valuable lesson here. So here's where they would, try to get back here on this 5 ball, and they got this. They don't have the right angle, number one, so they would try to kill the ball off this rail to avoid this 8 and try to come up here, and most often they would hit the 6 and tie that up on the rail, or they would just bounce off this rail and get behind the 6, and now they're snookered, and it's just it goes from not thinking to putting themselves in complete misery and driving themselves crazy. And maybe you think I'm crazy. Maybe I'm the crazy one. Again, we're avoiding this circle of balls here. This is the inner city traffic, and we're gonna put draw on this ball, left hand draw, and go all the way around this traffic jam and come back with all this room to get back on this 5 in order to get on this 6. And while it might look a little bit more difficult, it is so much easier than going into this and taking a chance and just letting your entire fate be put into the hands of the pool gods who might be pissed off at you. You know what I mean? And 9 times out of 10, if you play bad, the pool gods are not going to like you and they're going to punish you. So here we are shooting the 5, and we're going to cut away to another graph here so I can show you a big mistake that I make at this point. So here's where I get on the 5 ball, and because I have to hit this 5 pretty full, it's really going to slow the ball down before it gets to this rail. And although I did put a little bit of left-hand English on it, it just wasn't enough to come up and get straight in on the 6. So now I get somewhere around here. And I try to put some left-hand English on this and kind of force stop the ball, just kind of stun it to the point of just rolling up to about this position right here, right where the A in traffic is. But I wind up going somewhere around the dot, and I'm going to have to cut this 7 ball in, and we'll get to that point when we get to it. But it was all about not getting good on the 5. If I had come up a little bit, I would have had the right angle to bounce off this rail and kind of force it over to a straight-in shot on the 6. So that's making things a little bit difficult. And as you can see, the moment I get into traffic is the moment I start having problems here. So let's cut away and go back to the video, and we'll get up to the 7 ball. So here's where we are, and we're putting a little bit of top left here just to bounce out and try to get straight in on the 6. So we can roll up on the 7 and hit a stop shot on the 8. But as you can see, the ball really died by the time, because I had to hit it so full, it really died. And it didn't have any inertia coming off this rail at all, and I'm nowhere near straight in. So again, I try to kill this with a little bit of left-hand English, hoping to just stun it, but it didn't quite work out right. So I'm not happy with this lineup, and I know I'm going to get in trouble here. And sure as hell I do. Yeah, now I'm actually pretty much straight in on that dot. And this is a little bit of a cut going down to this rail and this rail, but I don't try to come up and play straight in and back of this 8 ball on this angle. I just went long to take the shot in the side, and as you can see, I'm not really happy with the way I did that, and I get dead on this rail for a little bit of a touchy shot on this 8 ball. So let's cut away to the graph one more time. So here's the natural line to get straight in on the 8. You wouldn't want to be straight in on this shot, and there would be absolutely no reason to get straight in because you'd have a little bit of a difficult time to get a decent shot on the 9. So you'd always want an angle here. So in order to just play that angle, you would have to spin this ball with left-hand English after shooting the 7 to come all the way down, and really spin it back up this way. Or you could take the long shot and just hit it softly. I don't like either of those options, so I'm just going to go all the way back up table for a shot. A natural position shot, I'm just putting top English on this and coming down. Hitting right about here somewhere and just rolling down for a shot in the side. It's probably not a good idea. I actually like the first option better and just spin this in, but I'm a little bit wary of spinning this ball in because it's a slight cut, and the cue ball is going to deflect a little bit, and you could actually wind up scratching while shooting this 7 ball. You really have to aim for this short rail and really spin it to bounce up on a decent angle, or less of an angle to get somewhere around here to take a longer shot on the 8 and draw back off this rail for a shot in the side. There's a lot of ways you can do this. I tried to keep it simple, and I wound up, and you can see my disgust when I'm going to shoot this 8 ball that I don't like where I got, and it's getting a little stressful. The first 5 balls, no stress at all. Now all the stress is just piling up on me, and I make it a little bit difficult on myself. So we're going to shoot up through the 8 ball, and I get bad on the 9 ball. We're just going to cut it after the 9 ball, and then we'll play the whole rack from start to finish. And so you can actually see the difficulty of this shot better in the video. And on second thought, I really wish I had spin this 2 rails and back up on the 8. Even if I had to go long, it would have been easier than where I got on this 8. So let's turn the volume down before I shoot this. I just didn't. It was the top English that killed the siding. And now I'm on the rally, and any pool player who's been playing for a few months knows that this is a tough shot. And what makes it even tougher is that I'm straight in, and there's nowhere to go. If I try to follow it, I'm either going to scratch or bang into the 9. And of course, I don't want to do either of those things. So I'm really going to have to wuss this up and just roll it in and just calm your nerves and do this. You'll see right here. I'm a little bit whiny about it. I'm talking to somebody and ain't nobody there. I've actually caught myself talking to myself on these videos, which I never knew I was doing, but I guess I do it. That's how you know you've been playing too much pool, when you start talking out loud to yourself. Yeah. Anyhow, let's just do it, I have to take a hard shot on this 9. Guys, just have to roll this up. Not for exactly a stop shot, but it's actually worse than a stop shot. Just take a deep breath there and do what you have to do. And now, yeah, this is one of those shots where you're undecided about to shoot this 9 in this corner or this corner. Um, and so I decided not to shoot it in that corner so I don't have to worry about scratching in the side pocket. And I could probably draw it out, but if the ball skids at all, it's going to scratch. You can go top English and force it in above the pocket, but that's not really my style of play. I like shooting it in this corner here, so that's why I go ahead and cut right there and replay the whole darn thing without commentary from start to finish, and let's find some good music to put in the background. So yeah, it started out stressful or it started out no stress and it ended up stressful, but it happens. Peace, y'all.